I really hope we're not. We're talking about coming out, so I guess I came out to one of my best friends after I had a major crush on one of my other best friends. And when I told her, she was like, "I fucking knew it, Debz, you bender." And I was just like, "I'm not gay. I just have a crush on this girl. Okay, I don't know if that makes me bi or not." But she questioned my sexuality when I was 11. She was just like, "Debz, are you gay?" And I was like, "No." She was like, "Oh, alright." So yeah, she was just like, "I told you." And it was just like, shit. I only really told a few people, and they've all been okay with it, to be honest. I mean, at first, telling people was a nightmare, and I've never really told anyone. I just kind of talk openly with my friends who know, and then other people just get the hint. And so far, I've not come across anyone who's not okay with it, although there is one person who, she told me in choir, like, she was like, "I don't know what it is, but I really don't like lesbians." And I was just sat there like, oh shit. At the time, I was going out with Josh, who's now gay as well. And she was just like, no, she could see I was getting really uncomfortable, so she was like, "You're not a lesbian, are you?" And I was like, "I'm a Josh." That was it. And she was like, "Oh yeah, sorry." So it kind of got me out of that one, but she's the only person I never talk about it with or in front of, because I don't know, she's not at all comfortable with it. She's fine with gay guys, it's just lesbians. I think she thinks that like they're gonna come onto her or something. Coming out to my family is, I think, quite funny, really. The first person I told was my mum, and I don't live with my mum. She lives with her parents, because my dad and my mum got divorced and all that shit. So I sent her a text because I only see her on Boxing Day, and I was just like, I was bricking it. I didn't know how she would react because I only see her once a year, but she was fine. And I was like, "Please don't hate me or think of me different. I'm still the same person you saw on Christmas. But I like girls." And she was just lovely and so supportive. After that, I told my nana, and it was quite funny because the build up to telling her, she thought I was like dying or something. And I could see her on Skype, and the face she pulled when I told her was just like, it was just like, she found it funny that I was so scared to tell her. And she said, "Oh, I thought it was going to be something serious." And I was just like, "Oh, you're fine with it?" And she's like, "Of course I'm fine with it." She did, however, ask loads of questions, because where I went through my childhood, and I still am quite confused, I went through my childhood with a very dysphoric feel to my gender, and I always thought I was a boy trapped in a girl's body, and I'd like tell people, and I'd be so confused about it. So she didn't beg, she asked loads of questions about my gender and stuff, and yeah, anyway, she's fine. She's very supportive of mine and Catherine's relationship, like it's incredible. So yeah, after I told my nana, she told my granddad. She was like, "What do you think about lesbians?" And he was just like, "I don't really care." And so she was like, "Okay, what would you do if someone in our family was?" And he was like, "Oh, it's Debz, innit?" And I was just like, "Oh, yeah." And she's like, "Oh, I knew." So yeah, my granddad's fine with it. And then I told my brother after, and I think that was the funniest thing ever, to be honest, because where there was loads of rumours going around, about me having girlfriends and holding girls' hands and stuff like that, it all got to my brother, and so when I told him, he was like, "Oh, for fuck's sake, Debz, I was just starting to believe you were straight." And it was just, I don't know, he was kind of, he was cool with it, he still is cool with it. He finds it weird how he can talk to girls about, no, he can talk about girls with his sister, but, you know. So, yeah, he's lovely. He takes the piss on my dad, though. Like, loads of lesbian jokes just come thrown at me. But I don't really care, I saw it coming anyway. My nana wanted to tell my sister because she felt that I didn't trust her enough. So, and I didn't really want her to know because she said the cutest thing once, but it kind of repelled me from saying anything to her. Yeah, there was that fucking awkward moment when like, it just stops recording, which is really irritating. Anyway, so my sister she told Josh, she was like, I don't care if Debz is a lesbian, I just don't want people spreading rumours about her. And even though she said that, she has such a gob on her that I couldn't tell her. But yeah, eventually, my nana was just like, "Debz, you really need to tell her, blah 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 blah." And I was just like, for fuck's sake, go on then, tell her, I don't care. And so she told her, and my sister was lovely, she was fine with it, in fact. But the thing was, she was upset and offended that I couldn't trust her enough to tell her myself. Or that I just couldn't. But yeah, she's fine. We watch lesbian stuff all the time. I actually think she is gay, but the fact that people have asked her many times kind of, I think, is making her avoid thinking about it. Anyway, so my dad. It started out like a week before my birthday, and there was a picture of Peppa Pig. And I asked why it was there, and he was just like, "Oh, Trina's making a cake for one of her friend's kids." And so I was like, alright. And then he asked me if I wanted a rainbow cake for my birthday, and I was like, oh fuck, what does he know? So I kept quiet, and he was like, "Oh yeah, you're right, you don't want people getting the wrong idea." And I was just like, oh fuck, I really need to tell him now. So I was like, Dad, what would you do if I liked girls? And he was like, tell me something new. And I made him repeat that like 5 times because it wouldn't sink in my head that he just said that, because he is a very homophobic person. I'm not even kidding. He threatened to kill Josh because he's so camp. And yeah, I don't know if this is gonna help anyone, but this is just my experiences. I kept quiet about my sexuality to my family, and I'd get very, very scared about it, scared about them knowing, because obviously they come across very homophobic. So I had to hide everything I did, and I was just so scared they'd find out. But I'm glad I told them, because I feel a lot freer, and I feel as if I don't have to hide anything anymore. So yeah, I think coming out and the fact that my family were brilliant has really made me feel a lot more confident about myself. I'm able to express myself a lot more, and I don't know, it's made me a lot more relaxed. I don't have anything to hide. So yeah, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna hopefully see if this bit has recorded, and if not, I will scream and I will cry, and I will probably stick a needle in my eye yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm too much of a baby